And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Go. 120.
54.
Two Jet.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Now a two-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Exit.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. You remember me? Let's go, baby. Jack. Rush in.
40.
Do.
80 weapon.
Check 31.
Working from the gun, Wentz. He may try and run for this. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, this is Howard. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. They'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
280.
54. Oh, yeah. Here we go again.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz. He leaves this one for Howard. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Complete to Jordan Howard.
And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
It's just me and you.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Wentz to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time, but it'll be 2nd and goal. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
He's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert, his second touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hey, no, easy.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
I got one. Check.
1, 2.
Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Let's go.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
54 Mike. Focus, defense, focus. 54 Mike. 54
Cousins now from the 50. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. Wentz now to throw. It's caught by Jackson. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. On the give, running right is Howard. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down.
Let's go. Let's bring it. 74.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Now Howard. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 yards, good enough for a first. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
On first down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
This is Howard on second down. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
This is caught by Jackson. And mark him down all the way inside the Minnesota 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely look for. How about that?
And he's going to go down, sacked right around the 17. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on first and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. Now Wentz. Over the middle, complete. That's Howard. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a third and goal situation. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Wentz. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up first and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field.
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. From the 30 on second down, Cousins. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 29 yards, first down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Cousins gives way to Cook. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Receiver. Two.
Check out read.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And he's going to take this close to the first down markers. He stopped at the Eagles' 33.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
I'm here.
Can't.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Here's Matt Weil now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about
that.
Super toe.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. From the gun on 3rd down, wins. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Anthony Barr able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. And complete right side to Cook. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now Cousins. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Bring up 48.
Five. Check. Watch 54.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's the second of their timeouts, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. A first down throw for Cousins. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
The touch and time here critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards there, first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
6-man. Check curls.
Rose.
Watch out.
Hey, yo.
Kill.
Lynch 50.
Cousins. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down.
8 yards to go.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Even. 4 down. Even.
Leave it. Bring up 48.
Ball's coming 82. Tight dog.
They just do get the playoff. Now Cousins. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
It's 4th down.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. This is a 26-yard attempt. Bailey's kick is good. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
At their own 25-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Exit.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They run again on first down. Cook. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
Good route here.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
Shake that.
54. Lock 54. And let's get this.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they are backed up as far as they can be. They're going to start this drive at their own 1.
And it was on this very site in the old Metrodome. Obviously, this is a new stadium. But remember, Tony Dorsett broke off a 99-yard touchdown run on a Monday night game against the Vikings, one that we'll remember for the ages.
At the 2-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes us 2nd and 9. In his own end zone, it's Wentz. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Here we go. Pac-Man. 180.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike 5-5.
Working from the gun. Wentz. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Let's take it inside his own 40. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Mike
5-4. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Cousins on 1st down. And Rudolph has it left side. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. This complete to Jones. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On the carry, it's Cook. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
This will be caught at about the 6. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
It's a party now. It's a party now.
Black. Go.
I'm coming up.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Check. 2.
51 the mark, boy. 51.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
They try again with Cook. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last 2 plays, both losses. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Third down and goal to go.
This Eagle defense, they won't give in without a fight. This is 3rd and goal.
Mike 51. Hey, it's time to... Hey, let's go. It's time to come across.
Tackles.
First.
Tighten up. He's coming. Double up.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Cousins pass. Intended for Stephon Diggs. Incomplete.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that'll bring them back within 4. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Wentz now on 1st down. He's going to let this go deep for... It got his man complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Shotgun now for Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
31-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. On play action, Wentz. He'll let this go for the end zone. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games, but only led the Vikes to just 1 fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. Cousins. Left side caught by Diggs. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Well, officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together?
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54, Mike.
First down. Here's Cousins. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Cousins on target to Diggs. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 27 yards there, a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 8-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Motion. Block. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
Cousins again. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll go option to the short side. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
Dan Bailey on for the field goal.
Bailey's kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball, but here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Third down. 3rd and 11.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Lefty.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Got his man, it's Arcega-Whiteside. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards.
Here we go.
Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
First down, Eagles.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
54. Mike 54.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Right there. 54, right?
61, matchbox lights.
Into the red zone, Wentz. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. The Vikings on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. To throw these Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for Philadelphia, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.